good luck.
We're about to find out, aren't we?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
Number 1, Jordan Thorson.
Hello, everyone listening
Number
at
2,
home.
Raphael Elias.
It's Kieran McMahon and Darren Wallishin back with you for another round of football fun.
Football fun.
Defender number 4, Ali Azarmanu.
Football fun with Rivers FC.
At defender number 6, Matthew Marshall.
We're just going through the starting lineups
At
for
9, Athos de Siqueira.
Altitude FC. There, apologies in advance to those of you listening at home. There are some challenging names to have to pronounce. Here.
Extremely challenging names.
Number 16, at forward, Yiga Brook, team captain.
Names with a lot of letters and a lot of vowels.
Ambrose Tinmouth.
One player from Altitude has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names
I don't think I've ever heard that
in
before.
his roster.
I've heard of a few, but not 7.
7 names. I mean, one of them is Day. Rafael Elias de Oliveira Montalegre Jorge. That is the name. We are all looking to see the back of his shirt.
Yeah, imagine. It's got a couple of wraps around the shoulders there.
At defender number 2, Hagan Kim.
Oh, Hagon's here.
Yeah.
Hagon was not on my list.
I think he's wearing the number 2.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, he's wearing the number 2. This is a different looking group for Rivers this year than last year.
I am
They've certainly
quite happy with the sunshine being out. I know that it came out at the tail end of the women's game earlier.
Yes, the wind no longer seems to be blustering.
It's not. At least it's not bending the corner flags over.
Fairly mild. It's fairly mild. Oh, and our Rivers FC fans are putting on a bit of a smoke show here.
Flares going off. We're talking.
Oh, there we go. We've had our mics turned off, and now they're back on again.
You want to explain what that last sentence was about?
I have no idea. I can't. What was I saying?
You weren't saying anything. We were quiet.
I'm sure the word blustery was involved.
I think there's an orange smoke bomb going off now in Rivers colors.
Stay tuned for first ask action.
Start it for 40. I can't figure out how to do that. Do it, whatever you need. But just get it so it's ready. I can't get it to go. You want it to go up.
First game in the season here for Rivers FC men.
Down on time. That's fine.
On the field in the white shirts is the KYSA U11 Boys Select Program being escorted off the field by our Director of Female Programming, Haley Bartram, whose son, Elijah DeSantos, is starting on the back, team captain for Rivers FC. It's a family affair here.
The family affair.
Stay tuned for the opening kickoff.
Rivers FC will be playing here on our left, with Altitude sitting on the right. Altitude playing right to left. Rivers playing left to right. Never mind. Cancel that. Cancel that. Apparently, I wasn't privy to the coin toss.
No, but the movement of players suggests
Rivers FC now playing from our right to our left here from the camera angle. Rivers FC women coming off of a 2-2 draw to Altitude.
I think it was a good outing for the most part.
It's a good outing. Rivers FC women taking the lead 2-0 in the first half. Altitude coming back, tying the game 2-0 in the second half for a 2-2 draw all around. Both teams taking advantage of the heavy blustering winds that occurred. Looking to be a very different game here for the men.
Definitely less windy. As we were talking about earlier, I mean, there's still wind around, but it's not
a lot of hot air
bad
up
as it
here in
was.
this booth.
There's a ton of hot air in the booth.
It is our goal today, ladies and gentlemen, just to entertain you by entertaining ourselves.
Yes. You will find success when we have success.
Success?
Success.
Success. Both teams about to kick off here. Altitude with possession.
Haley doing a fine job on the outside, getting the
Of
ball people in position.
Hurting all of the
Hurting all the
10-year-olds.
ball people.
Yeah. It's a lot of ball. It's a lot of ball fetchers here on the outside. I don't think the ball's ever going to get out of play.
Special thank you to our KYSA U11 boys team for escorting the Rivers FC team out and for acting as ball boys for the match. Thank you, KYSA U11 boys team.
Rivers looking to be playing a 3-5-2. Altitude lining up with possibly a 3-4-3 formation. Altitude with the ball in their back line. Getting a few nice comfortable touches in, warming themselves up. Long ball over, comfortably handled by the Rivers back line.
You can tell by the movement of that ball, there definitely is still some wind in play.
It's a hopeful ball there out to the right wing from center back Elijah DeSantos, unable to be handled by our right wing Dylan Hooper. Altitude FC with the throw. Altitude not taking advantage of that throw. Possession now to Rivers. Comfortably back to the center backs.
Great ball.
Great ball into the right wing to Dylan Hooper, left unmarked. Really stretching this back line with 3 at the back for Altitude. Some possession here at the top of the box, out wide to the left. Some composed play there from the left wing, but unfortunately nothing on that shot.
I think there could have been a bit of an earlier ball if he sort of had that quicker shoulder check and look forward. Some good runs into the middle of the area by the 2 strikers up front for Rivers.
But Rivers finding an early advantage to playing against the back 3 here. Altitude coming in with a bit of a high press against the Rivers back line. Good combination play here from the 2 Rivers players, trying to play out through the middle. Altitude winning possession. Out to the right, on the wing. Rivers doing well to prevent the cross. Ball out of possession for a goal kick.
Pretty good shape so far from Rivers FC. Seeing how they're moving about and keeping stock of where the Altitude players are. I think 3 up front makes it a little bit more difficult as well.
Good possession here from Rivers, moving the ball around the back. Really trying to work this right wing. Really trying to work this right wing here.
You know what that was? He was susceptible. If he had followed suit there, he started coming back, Dylan, as opposed to making the run down the line, which would have been successful, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, this team's still trying to figure themselves out, just like most teams in the league.
That's quite
strong
clearance.
Strong clearance here by
tough on the keeper here.
Sviatek.
Oui.
Sviatek, Artemenko. We're going to have a journey here with names today.
And the journey begins.
The journey begins. Keeper Artemenko. I think I'll just stick with last name there. Altitude with a goal kick.
There. Safe enough there.
Safe enough there. Rivers dropping. Playing a bit of low pressure, letting Altitude have it in their defensive third. Staying tight in the middle, forcing Altitude to really drop out of the middle of the park to get the ball. Good pressure. Rivers feel they have Altitude on the run. A little bit of pressure, but well turned out of there by Altitude.
Good double team there.
Good double team. Possession won back by Rivers. Given back to Altitude. Coming out through the middle. Little combination play. Entering into the attacking third on the right wing. Good touch inside. Altitude with a small cross. Intercepted by Rivers.
Cutbacks.
Risky pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, cutbacks like that are so difficult for defenders that are running towards their own goal.
You're facing your own goal.
Exactly.
Those get in behind, cut it back. Those are the most dangerous ones. Defenders are running towards their own goal. They can't see what's going on behind them. If they take a touch, it's going out for a goal kick.
Or in their own goal.
Or in their own goal. Very smart play there by the Altitude right wing. Ball out here on the right side for Rivers. And out for a throw-in.
Fantastic run by the front striker to try and get in behind there. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't able to get through.
Intercepted there, yeah. Ball out wide on the left for Rivers. Little possession. Good sharp play here by Rivers FC.
The crispness of the passes is fantastic.
Crisp.
Crispness.
Crispness.
Kind of like Christmas, but not
good little
quite.
tackle there from Altitude. I shouldn't say good, but good in terms of a free kick for Rivers. Referee Todd Wiseman putting his stamp on the game early to keep this game under control. It's going to be a physical one, and Todd's going to have none of it. Altitude with possession, back to their goalkeeper. Rivers chasing, possibly getting pulled out. Good composure by Altitude to keep possession under Rivers' press. Ball out here on the left side of Rivers to Altitude. Rivers defender composing. Well, Darren here whispering about some prime that's just been delivered. He's wanting
You
the
know
green.
what? I apologize, folks. The delivery of beverages has arrived, and I'm fully in need of beverages.
Altitude with some good possession here at the top of the box. Rivers playing well. Safe clearance. Pushing the field up. Altitude goalkeeper with the ball.
How quickly can they get their shape, though? It looks like they're giving them their own third of the park as sort of the engagement line.
Turnover here in the midfield. Rivers with the ball. Little chip over the top. Nobody on the end of that for Rivers. Altitude with possession. Clean combination play coming out.
That's a tough one. Referee sort of getting in the way of the ball.
Trying to get out of the way, but not moving quick enough. And that seems to be blown down now, a free kick. That seems to be new for me. I'm not too familiar with that.
It's been in the rule book for a while. If the referee interferes with play or gets in the way,
It just gets blown down for a drop ball?
It's blown down, free kick, drop ball immediately to the team who lost possession because of the interference.
Need to be reading up on the rule book again. Altitude really collapsing back here.
I think they're fully aware of this, the wind that's prevalent. Oy.
That back three is promptly turned into a back five. And 2 center mids and 3 forwards likely. Goal kick for Altitude. Rivers are quick to press here, but just not quite getting on the end of that.
Good pace from Dylan there.
Good pace. There I am, parroting you again, Darren.
Well, it's because I jumped in before. I should let you continue your pathway of
I'm just
dialogue
I'm
before I
just
jump
repeating
in.
what you say, just stressing that for our fans here at home. Throwing for Rivers, out on the right side of the park. Looks to be a good physical game so far.
Another great ball.
Really
Well, what a run.
really pressing that back line here. That ball over the top. Great run in. Just poor connection on the cross. Altitude taken out. Altitude center back taken out by his own player. Another chance at the cross into the far post. And out for an altitude goal kick.
A real lack of communication there between the center back and one of the midfielders coming back for altitude. Could have cost them there. Some great smart heads-up play by the Rivers FC.
Yeah, keeper plays high too. Looking to really take advantage and play a high line here for Rivers, just keeping that game in the opponent's half. Good pressure from Rivers, forcing the ball out of play by altitude. Rivers throw in the attacking third.
Big part of this too for them is taking advantage of that wind that they have and the ability to cause some havoc in the back of the lines for altitude. Tougher to do when you're going to be going the other direction soon, or another 40 minutes or so you'll be going the other direction.
Absolutely. Oh, we got some more prime delivered in here for us. Challenging tackle by altitude. Free kick here for Rivers. Do I want green? I would like green.
Okay, I'm going to pass you
enjoying
the
the
extra
red.
green. There you go. Now we can sort of swap.
Now we can swap. Now we can swap. For the listeners there at home, we are swapping prime.
Myself and Kieran are both really interested in the lime-flavored version of Prime at the moment. And we've been stuck with the Tropical Punch for the last little while. More information than you needed, folks. But
Looking forward to this free kick here from Rivers so we can get back onto the game.
back on track.
CML Properties.
This is going to be, looks a lofted ball into the far post. Rivers does have some height in there, so can likely take good advantage of this.
I think a low whipped ball would be great. Now what? What was that?
A tussle in the 18-yard box. Free kick given to altitude. From that tussle. I have not seen that before.
I haven't, honestly, I didn't see any tussle in the box to be switching from one free kick to the other.
That is interesting. Altitude now here with possession. Rivers having lost an opportunity.
It's not to say that there wasn't anything that went on there. I just
Great
didn't
bounce
see it.
pass by Altitude.
Good turn.
Out here on the right wing. Cross into the far post. Altitude not on the end of that. Out for a Rivers throw.
Again, for both these teams, that transition game is so huge. If you can't get your players forward, an instance like that, you're not going to get that opportunity at the back post that you'd hope to get.
A lot of effort for very little reward if
Exactly.
you're not getting on the end of that.
Exactly.
Rivers with the throw. Switch out to the left side.
Fantastic first touch by the player.
Altitude with possession. Back to the goalkeeper. Ball hanging up just a bit. Headed through ball. Dylan Hooper coming back, cleaning up the scraps.
Looks like Dylan took a bit of a knock there. I don't know if he went up for a header and caught part of an arm or something in the mush.
In the mush?
In the mush, in
In
the
the
face.
mush.
Yep.
Oh, face. That's what
That's
mush.
what it was.
Everyone at home, the mush is the face. Attempted throw by Altitude off the end line. Rivers goal kick.
Well, we're almost 15 minutes into this half. It looks like both teams
15 minutes.
settled down.
Settled
a little
in. Those early attacks on the wing by Rivers has really pulled back the Altitude wingers. They have dropped back into a back five on defense, and Dylan is having a harder time getting those advantages out on that right wing. Great work.
bit. Corner kick. Fantastic.
Dylan, corner kick, forcing the corner kick. Great opportunity here for Rivers to take advantage.
It's the ability of Dylan to be able to overlap on that side, which is creating all kinds of havoc for Altitude.
He's doing a lot of work. A 3-5-2. If he's that right wing, that right wing back, that's a lot of work for Dylan to be doing.
For all your legal needs. Rivers FC, corner kick to come.
Going to be an in-swinger here. I'm liking this.
Kicking into the wind. Rivers with some height in the box.
That's a
Good
great
ball
ball
swung
in.
in. Ooh, that was a dangerous one.
So-
Any mistouch by the keeper, that could have been in the net.
Keeper did well to get his hands to it, though. Oof.
Ooh, heavy clearance by Altitude right into the face of
Can't see what player it is.
Rivers
that's down.
FC.
That was a great little foray for the team coming up the line there and forcing the corner kick, whipping a good ball in.
Just taking a moment here while the Rivers physio assesses the condition of
Your player is number 2, Hagon Kim.
Hagon Kim. He's coming off the park for some mild treatment.
They will resume with a referee drop ball.
Rivers FC giving Hagon Kim just a moment to get set. Not subbing him off at this time. Rivers are, however, a player down until Hagon Kim can get subbed, allowed back onto the field. And here he comes. Dropping into that right back role. Dylan Hooper pushing up into his right wing role. And we're back to even strength here. Altitude FC, long ball in. Just that right wing for Altitude, just off balance, unable to get a touch. Possession to Rivers. Rivers trying to work that right side of the park.
That's a tough ball.
With a bit of high pressure on the Altitude back line, Rivers have forced a throw-in in the attacking third.
No real support there.
Rivers winning the clearance from the goalkeeper, but losing it out to Altitude. Altitude on the counterattack. Rivers SC tracking back and winning possession.
A little bit more of a press from Altitude here.
High ball ins from Swiatek. But nothing comes of it from Rivers. Had the promise of a good high-paced game, but that both teams have kind of settled in at the moment and not finding much to work off of.
A little bit of a chess match
Seems to
going
be,
on.
seems to be a bit of pouncing on missed opportunities, pouncing on unforced errors. Those quick counters, no real build-up at the moment from either side. Altitude moving around their back. Their back three really spread out wide, really trying to push up the wings Just that wind holding the ball up, not allowing altitude any advantage.
Tough ball. It's getting a little scrappy here as far as not necessarily the players being scrappy, but their ability to maintain quality possession of the ball. Haven't really seen too many passes strung together from either team.
No, it's there was an early advantage there to Rivers, but altitude have seemed to have adjusted, and Rivers can't get that advantage going forward anymore, but are having a tough time finding some other solutions.
Yes.
Altitude back at their half. Unforced error playing it out.
That's
Rivers ball.
Bit of a pinged ball to the player on the side.
Rivers back by their box. Elias playing that ball into the striker, intercepted by Altitude. Altitude counter. Dylan Hooper doing well to try to contain the counterattack. Altitude, top of the box, shot on goal, and it's 3 points through the football uprights.
It's gone a little higher.
Is it 3 points? Is it 3 points?
If it goes through the uprights, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know it'll show on the scoreboard, but could be an interesting twist to the game if we made a few adjustments.
Goal kick for Rivers. Ball well played by Elijah DeSantos out to Dylan Hooper on the right wing. Great first touch to bring that down. Quality possession here by Rivers FC. Back to Sviatek. Into DeSantos. Back to Sviatek.
Ooh, he's put himself into trouble there. Done
Out
well.
wide to the right side. Rivers now pushing into the attacking half. Possession won by Altitude. Back to their goalkeeper.
Ball's out.
It is hard to tell.
You know,
These orange lines versus the white football lines.
I was going to say if they went with a yellow line even.
It would have been better. So just rewind the clock 5 years
to when the turf was put in.
to when the turf was put in.
Or made the football lines yellow
Make
and the soccer lines white.
If we ruled the world, Darren.
If we ruled the world.
Foul here by Altitude. Free kick Rivers. Looking to play quickly. Settle down. Left-footed ball in. Likely looking to float this in over the top into the far post area at the top of the box.
Again, you get the taller center backs moving forward. Oh, that's a great
That's
ball.
a great ball in. Floated just enough. But Rivers too shy to get on the end of that.
Cleared nicely.
Altitude with a counterattack. We've got 1 versus 2 out here on the left side. Cuts inside. Shot on goal. Great effort by the goalkeeper, out for a corner kick.
That's tough. That was a quick transition.
Quick transition.
And it ended up being 1-on-4, it looked like. And
1-on-4.
Player still got the shot off.
Still got the shot on.
Still got the shot off. Nothing like a fantastic mimicking job by our play-by-play artist.
Artiste.
Notice how he said artist, right?
Artiste.
That's because you're a wordsmith.
Wordsmith. Smither of words. Ping, ping. That's me smithing the words. Corner kick here for Altitude on the right side of your screen.
Referee Todd having a go at both players to settle down for this corner kick.
Rivers going with a zone, mostly zone, with 2-man markers, it seems. Altitude committing all but 2 players up to the 18-yard box. The 2 players sandwiching the Rivers FC striker, Lewis, here.
Again, a
touch?
tough
No
ball to
touch.
control with the wind coming in. That whipped ball to the back post. Not necessarily the easiest to deal with coming in at pace.
Rivers FC FC wishes to thank all our bronze sponsors, local public eatery,
Just over 20 minutes left in the first half.
United Flooring, EDO,
No clear advantage to either side.
Jones Investments, L1BC Finance, Capital
Altitude with the ball in the
Company,
attacking third.
Visual Signs, and
Shot on goal.
Good strike, good save.
Good strike. Good save by Sviatek. Clearance by Rivers. Picked up by Altitude. Back to Rivers. Good possession. Out for an Altitude throw. Dylan Hooper into Ryan Lewis. Overlapping run. Hooper on the end of that. Called for offside.
I think he was on, actually.
He was off. He was off.
Yeah?
Yeah. His run, he carried his run through, and Lewis just didn't play it soon enough.
I think with that, knowing his pace, they should have a better gauge of when to hit the ball for him.
And likely, again, a similar situation to the women's game. A team just
put
really
together and just feeling each other out.
Yeah, a few rough edges to smooth out.
A few rough edges.
Altitude with possession in their defensive third. Regained by Rivers. Intercepted by Rivers, I should say. One back by Altitude. Rivers with the ball now. Back to DeSantos.
I like the patience there.
Really doing well, Rivers, trying to find those gaps. Out wide to Dylan Hooper.
That was
a touch offside.
Just a touch offside. I think
that is what I said.
It is what you said. I'm again parroting something that you've just said. Some good movement there, though.
Altitude with possession. Really are looking for that long ball up the right side, Altitude.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to take advantage of their 3-4-3 formation.
Altitude's keeper's done well with his feet, but I don't know how confident he seems with his footwork. It's been okay, but I think a little pressure.
Bit of high pressure on a bouncing ball through there. It's just going to pull his attention away.
Exactly.
And here we go with Rivers pushing, pressing high. They've got Altitude stuck. Just a little clip on the back by Rivers. Free kick by Altitude, taken quickly. Bit of a break here on the right. Good recovery by the Rivers, number 25. Altitude with possession, swinging around the back. Rivers fairly compact, not letting much through the middle. Altitude connecting on the outside, well intercepted by the left back here from Rivers.
Okay.
Foul against Altitude.
That was great movement by the number 19 for Rivers. His ability to step and read that ball, anticipate the pass coming through to close it down quickly and win it.
He's done well on the right side, on the left side here, that number 19.
Yes.
Looking very confident. Possession here at the top of the box by Rivers. Out to the left. 1v1 at the corner of the box. 1 versus 2. Tried to squeak through. Well defended by Altitude, but unable to keep quality control. Ball out for a Rivers throw.
He was really patient on the ball there, too, which was nice to see. Trying to play it through, ends up winning a throw.
Indeed, indeed. Altitude breaking out. Unable to connect. Good simple possession, one back by Rivers. These small mistakes cost these teams. These are simple decisions, simple executions that players just aren't executing on. And we're talking inches on a pass.
You know what? And over time, as players, you can try to get better. It's how you get to the next level of play.
Little ball over the top. Well, and you'd be very familiar with that, having spent your time with FC Edmonton most recently.
And even with FC Edmonton and the pro teams like that, there's still a lot of room that players coming in, if they worked on the very small details of their own game, they'd find themselves at higher levels. It's the same thing here.
What does a player need to do to get that extra 1% out of their game?
You know what? It's just understanding that they haven't arrived yet. You can work your entire life and still not get to that next level, but it's still possible. As long as you're constantly working, you can earn your way by your abilities to get to that next level and to move on. So if players take that half a second to think through the mistakes they've made and how to alleviate that, that in turn will help them to move forward to the next level.
Altitude with a bit of an opportunity here in front of goal, cleared out by Rivers, and an Altitude corner kick. Their second of the game, I believe.
Correct.
Rivers shifting off of a zone formation into more of a mixed. Got the first contact on the header. Bit of contact here with the number 25. Referee blew the play down before this altercation.
It was a tough ball into the box. I like the effort of the keeper trying to come for it, but I don't know if he would have actually gotten there anyway, just based on the number of players around him, both defending and offensive players. I think the original call was for encroachment on the keeper. But this out the top was also a foul, but referees decided to give the one inside the area.
Can a team get 2 free kicks at the same time?
Wouldn't that be sweet? Hit one and go back for another if it doesn't have the success you need.
Free kick here for Rivers. Just a simple possession out of the back. Long ball into the right side.
Okay.
Really challenging that left back for Altitude. This has been the most threatening play that Rivers has been able to muster so far. Switched ball across the park into the left wing. Nothing of it.
But again, the timing of Dylan Hooper's runs is fantastic. If they can continue to see that, it's what dropped Altitude off in that first 10 minutes of the half.
Altitude goal kick. Rivers dropping off at the moment, letting Altitude have it. Now they're looking to press. They're really looking for that ball out to the fullback before they step in. Elijah DeSantos stepping in well, winning that ball. Ryan Lewis trying to go over the back of an Altitude player, justifiably being called.
I don't know. See, I would argue that one thing, and it was more obstruction on the Altitude player.
The referee agrees with me.
No, I know. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just, my vision of it was different.
Rivers with possession here. DeSantos to Swiatek.
Ooh, it was almost scary.
Swiatek looking busy on the ball, but not mustering much out of that. Calmly taken by the number 19 here for Rivers.
He's had a good match so far.
Ball over the top. Ryan Lewis out here on the right side, looking for support. Beat the fullback. Got the ball across the park.
Corner kick.
Corner kick for Rivers.
This Rivers FC corner kick is brought to you by our premier little sponsor, Falls Away Media. Thank you to Falls Away Media from Rivers FC.
Well, this should be an interesting corner kick, having the breeze going your way. Again, like we talked about in the women's game, a curled ball in could see it go directly in if it's put in the right spot.
Rivers with their height in the box. This is looking to be at the top of the 6. Altitude facing the sun. This wind is coming now. Gusting.
Yeah, it's big time. It's really picked up, hasn't it?
Rivers really struggling with having that ball stationary in the corner arc.
It's rolling like crazy on him.
You can hear the wind from this media booth.
This might call for a short corner. I think someone might have to come and show for it.
They can't get that ball stationary. They can't. They
He's
can't
asking
play
for
it.
a player to come out.
Yeah.
Come on
There
out.
it is. There it is. There we go. Ball's in play now.
That's a great,
Great
ball in.
Goal!
Goal!
Over the top. Goal from Haegon Kim.
You knew that was a
Wonderful.
possibility. And
Wonderful play.
smart idea of drawing a player over and getting the 1-2 happening from that corner kick. It really allowed for that ball to go into the box, and now we see it go into the goal.
Rivers FC 1-0 up over Altitude.
Fantastic.
Great goal by Rivers.
I think it's a deserved goal. They've worked hard at first 15, 20 minutes of the match.
Have been the stronger team.
Yeah, definitely.
Have been the stronger team so far. Again, are they suffering from the advantage of the wind?
I don't know.
How will this game adjust in the second half? We've got 9 minutes till halftime.
We'll see how this wind sticks around.
Kickoff for Altitude. For the fullback. Steps up in the play, tries to play his wing, intercepted by Rivers' right wing. Possession with Rivers. Ball out for goal kick.
We're under the Rivers FC merchandise booth at the front entrance. Hop around, check out the
Altitude
Rivers
with
FC
possession.
merchandise.
Moving the ball around their back line.
Rivers FC supporters.
It's quick pressure from Rivers. Really causing problems for Altitude.
I thought he was going to, that step over, I thought was going to be
He was almost there.
exquisite. He was almost there.
Exquisite. Altitude with possession. Rivers dropping off just for now. It is when that ball goes out wide to their fullback, that's when they are looking to step. Really wanting to win that back here. Rivers doing an excellent job pressing Altitude and winning possession.
Good ball.
Rivers with possession moving forward. Nice
Great
sliding ball
run.
through Dylan Hooper on the right side. Good touch into the box. Look to slot the ball through. Intercepted by Altitude. Altitude breaking out slowly now. Sloppy possession, almost lost.
Well won back.
Well won back by Rivers. Looking to push forward. There's Dylan Hooper out on that right side again. Back to the center back to Santos.
It's okay. Readjust, reshape.
So Riverside is playing high. They've got 5 up against the back 4 for Altitude. Altitude back to their goalkeeper. Out to their left back. Center back. Rivers just holding some shape. Lofted ball in by Altitude, won by number 19 for Rivers. Possession lost. Back to Altitude. Coming up this right side. Rivers with the ball. Coming out. A side of the park.
No. What do you think?
Difficult to call that a foul. He was running forward with the ball.
Yeah. I don't know.
Connection, contact for sure. For sure, but no.
I don't think there was any malice behind it. It's
Oh,
not like he
no.
was.
No. Difficult tackle to take.
Some really nice play, though, this last 10 minutes since the goal. They've still been working it really well, Rivers, and hopefully we'll get them pressing forward and maybe getting another chance at goal here before this half is done.
This seems to be a fairly serious injury here for
I
Altitude.
was going to say maybe a little bit more substantial than it seems. That our physio Kevin coming out?
Kevin Brecken
Coming out, I
coming
guess,
out to the field.
serving both teams today.
Rivers have the chance to connect, strategize, problem solve.
This will add more time on at the end of this half. I don't know how much, mind you, but I think a sub's going to be needed.
Coming off this side of the park. The Altitude coach not making any adjustments at the moment.
None. He's just sent the players behind the net to warm up. Ball's back in play, and they're playing shorthanded.
Altitude playing shorthanded. Ball out wide on the left. Back to the left back. Into the center mid. Center back. Keeper. Left back. Over the top to that left wing. Comfortably intercepted by Rivers. Nice little chip over the player by Dylan Hooper. Some fun connective play there by Rivers. Unfortunately, it's out for a Altitude throw. Number 4 is back on the field, limping as he goes.
I don't know how smart this is for him to stay out there.
Back to 11v11. Rivers with an attempted clearance off their back 4. Altitude with the ball in the midfield. Rivers with losing possession to Altitude. Altitude, number 10, doing some great work to keep the ball in the midfield. Some skillful play here by Altitude. Little connective play. Ball at the top of the box. Rivers with the clearance.
Smart clearance, too.
And they will kill the game here for a few moments.
A little scrambly there for Rivers FC.
A little scrambly.
A little scrambly.
A little scrambly.
It's let's see if they can hold the fort here until the end of the half.
It's hard to tell how much time is left, especially with this clock counting down instead of up. Rivers with a throw on the left side of the park. Calls for a foul throw there from Altitude. Very scrambly fight. Free kick awarded to Rivers.
Now here's where they could take their time a little bit, get their big men up front again, and try for a long distance, baby.
Take advantage of this one as well.
Yeah.
Wind coming in.
Kind of successful from this. Maybe another 15 meters ahead, though, was the strike that went directly in.
Sponsors, XL Industries, Pronto Enterprises, the Kelson Group, and Thompson Rivers University Athletics.
Attempted a little chip over the top. Unsuccessful. Ball comes back out to Rivers. Out for a goal kick. Altitude dribbling out of their defensive third, playing that high ball into the left wing, getting hung up in the air. Rivers trying to clear, ball brought down by Altitude FC.
Ball went out.
Out of touch for a Rivers throw.
Tough. I thought it's actually going to be a foul for Altitude. Such is not the case.
Such is not the case. Rivers throw again.
Again, being a home game, the Rivers bench looks really full. A lot of players.
Our fourth official,
A lot of players.
indicated there will be a
We heard that the amount of players that applied to
3 minutes
try out
first half.
for this team was massive.
There is a Rivers reserve team as well. Many of those players will be playing there. Altitude with Rivers with a throw. A little bit of a scramble in front of goal. Altitude
Corner kick. We're going to finish this
unable
with
to
a corner
clear.
kick.
Corner kick. About 3 minutes left in the game.
And again, watching all the signs with bricks on them blow away in front of me. It tells you how windy it is and what can you expect from this corner.
This is where Rivers scored their first goal of the game. Hagon Kim now going for the long cross. Rivers with height in the box, curved in,
Great ball in. Oh
all
my
the way
goodness.
through and out for an Altitude throw on the opposite side.
That ball was screaming for a foot or a head.
A little scramble, a little battle on the right sideline here for Rivers. Ball out, Rivers throw. Last minute or so here in the game. Last chance for Rivers to take advantage of the wind. Ball out to the left side. Back to the fullback.
Dylan Hooper screaming for the ball on the other side of the park.
Out to the right side fullback. Foul by Altitude. Oh, no foul. Throw in. Oh. Foul.
Again, this might be the last kick of the half, so it's put it in the box time.
I'm looking to play a long ball in here. Put them under pressure for the last few moments. Good pressure. Throw into Rivers.
I think that might kill the half there. Not too sure on how long the fourth said we had of added time. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
But that was several minutes ago.
It was several
It
minutes
was
ago.
several minutes ago.
I would suggest that they're very close here to ending the half.
Ball throw by Rivers in and then out. Referee putting the whistle in his mouth. Looking to blow the call for half.
And there's the half.
There's the half. 1-0 so far for Rivers.
You know, I'd like to say that other than a couple of forays forward, Rivers has done a brilliant job of keeping the ball, keeping possession, moving the ball forward, getting fantastic chances in the area. I think barring, like I said, maybe one real effort on goal to cause some problems.
They have been the more threatening team for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see how the second half unfolds. We saw it in the women's game. That wind is a significant advantage.
Definitely.
Can the men absorb that pressure that Altitude are going to be playing with those long balls down the right side, and counterattack and maintain that advantage going forward?
Yeah, let's see what happens. So here in Kamloops at the Hillside Stadium, we're Rivers FC 1, Altitude 0, and we'll chat with you when the boys are back from their little respite.
Little respite.
Little respite. We'll talk to you later.
It's first down with 10 to go in the second quarter.
That's a different sport, isn't it?
That's apparently this sport, because that's what's on the score clock.
I see what's on the score clock there.
First down, 10 to go.
Second quarter.
Ball is on
40
this. There we go. Ooh, shots. No recorded shots.
And we're about to see if it goes up instead of down.
Oh, this will go down.
Welcome everyone back to the second half of this match between Rivers FC and Altitude.
Rivers FC up 1-0. Well played set piece, corner kick.
Yeah, it was a good finish.
And will now face the challenge of dealing with the wind. And we get the excitement of watching right wing Dylan Hooper on our side of the ball.
Yes, very exciting. I really thought the wind would die down, but it's
picked up.
It's really picked up.
It's moved from a bluster to a gust.
A bluster to a guster.
I'm trying to think of something else to say, but I've lost it. Torrent style, maybe?
It's
I don't know.
all right.
Rivers challenged with that throw in there. The wind carrying the ball in and then out of play. Thrown at altitude here, playing from right to left on your screen. Rivers FC playing from left to right. We immediately see the impact that this one is going to have on the second half of this game.
For sure.
Altitude with a corner early into the second half.
We'll see how this turns out. Now, if you're able to see the clock here on our camera, it's having a bit of a technical problem with working it out. So, obviously, the time's kept by the referees on the field.
Altitude trying to whip that ball in short, or low. Rivers coming out with possession. Ball out at the side for a Rivers throw.
Really think patience from Rivers will be of the utmost priority, I'm afraid.
Rivers were able to build some good possession in the first half, regardless of the wind.
Yeah, and it would be really nice to see the same in this half.
Altitude with throw into their center backs. Center back to center back. Out to the left wing. Good pressure from Rivers. Forcing the long ball, but that wind is carrying. You cannot fall asleep for half a second here.
Yeah, any of the backs, center or outside, are going to have to be very wary of how much distance they give players attacking them.
No ball boys on this end of the field for the second half.
I guess the pizza's at the other end.
I guess the pizza's at the other end.
The lone young lad running for the ball.
Is that a run, is it? It looks more like a
just
trot.
a bit of a wind saunter.
Wind saunter. Swiatek with a well-driven ball into the heavy wind.
That was actually well hit.
Out for an altitude throw. Rivers with quick possession.
For some reason, it's going back to 0. Like it doesn't want to start, and I'm glad you actually have that.
Free kick for Rivers here.
Altitude, knowing the wind as they've just faced it, are not backing off too much here. Their fullbacks they're pressing up a little bit higher. Oh, it's a great ball.
It's a great ball in. Held up a little bit by the wind. Really throwing off the run of the striker, number 10 there. I'm humming along to the drums.
We're enjoying the drums.
The Rivers FC fans here.
The fans have been fantastic today, by the way. a multitude of fans here. Lots of noise coming from the stands, creating a really good atmosphere for all that are here.
Great atmosphere. I would venture the fan attendance is in the hundreds. Fairly good turnout for a cold April day.
It is cool. Let's just double check for.
Let's just double check. What does the app say?
Weather is saying that it's only 12, but it's sunny now.
12 with the wind, though.
Yeah,
Feels like
though-
-7.
Let's see what it's. That's quite interesting. Feels like 11.
Feels like 11. Ball into the top of the box, strike by altitude, and just over the crossbar.
Yeah. Winds, it's 19 miles per hour coming out of the southwest, by the way.
19 miles per hour. That's the winds.
Well, I guess
we're
it's
dealing with.
kilometers. Who am I?
CML property.
Well, what is that? Is that that's 11 miles an hour then?
Maybe. Oi.
Good tussle here. Ball still in play there. That's surprising. Oh, there's the AR with the flag up in the air. Ball called down. Throw in for altitude. Right in front of the Rivers bench. That is a long throw.
That's
Helps
a
by the
great
wind.
throw.
Cleared by DeSantos. Rivers struggling regain possession. Shot on goal. Saved by Swiatek.
He's had a good match too.
Goalkeeper?
The young keeper, yes.
Swiatek Artemenko.
He's made some really good decisions from as far as distribution goes, and he's been in the right spot for almost everything that's come at him.
Rivers playing that out off of an altitude player, awarding themselves a goal kick.
A little tough for altitude too. They're actually not only having to, well, they have the wind, but they're dealing with sunshine now in front of them, and into their eyes for some of the balls that are being clipped in. I guess it's coming in at a bit of an angle, but
Goal kick here for Rivers. Really struggling to get out of their half so far. Great turn by the striker. Rivers. Altitude. Out of touch. Rivers throw.
Rivers throw.
Rivers throw.
That's what happens when the opposition plays the ball out of the sideline.
The other team gets to play it in
Yeah, they do.
with a throw-in.
A little bit scrambly the play here right now. I'm
Nothing really settled yet.
No, no, and again we're back to a long ball scenario, like much like the women's game previous to this one, where the second half seemed to be a lot of long balls.
Young Dylan Hooper looks to be getting bored out here on the right side.
The good thing though is he's holding his position. He's staying where he is going to be most effective. Now it's how do they get the ball to him?
Rivers throw here on their left side. Altitude really putting some good pressure on Rivers whenever they've got the ball.
Now here's an opportunity for them with a free kick. We got a well whipped in ball from.
Well whipped.
Wow, you even had the
Well
H on that
whipped.
one.
Whipped.
Whipped in ball.
Whipped in.
I would say the young player
This
has
can
to
hang
back up a bit.
Yep. This is looking to be lofted right into that penalty spot area.
Awful lot of space, but here we
Hang,
go.
that's hanging in the wind. A little bit too easy for the goalkeeper to handle.
Just a bit.
Rivers dropping off, allowing Altitude the opportunity to play out of their third. And looking to pounce when that fullback gets the ball. Bit of scrappy play up here on the right side. Cross in by Altitude, blocked by Rivers FC. Corner kick.
Didn't look like Altitude had enough players forward there, and if they hadn't gone out for a corner kick, you're giggling at me. What I'm trying to speak here.
I'm wondering where you're going.
Where I'm going. Ball's in play, actually, nice and quick.
Short corner by Altitude.
I was making the suggestion that even if they had gotten past that last outside back, there was no one in the box to complete anything.
All the work could have ended up for nothing. But
Exactly.
Altitude are here with a corner kick advantage.
And now they have players forward and in the box.
Striking into the wind.
Oh,
Hung up. Almost a challenging ball to deal with by the keeper.
Rivers
And
player down.
We've got a Rivers player down.
I didn't see that.
Looks like he maybe got clipped on the back of the head.
Keeper enjoying some
goal-
juggling
yeah,
going on.
it's just the
He's
goalkeeper.
fairly skilled there with his
Enjoying some touches.
manipulation of the ball there.
Free kick here for Rivers. Ball in play. Altitude pressing high. Pressing quick. Rivers clearing it out. One by Altitude. Out to the left.
Oh, tough ball.
Cross
Good
in
save.
towards the goalkeeper. Forcing a diving save. Parried it out. Throw in Altitude.
That was great direction on that parry, too. Keepers have a tendency to put them forward and into spaces they really shouldn't, but that was a fantastic parry. What a throw.
Scramble in front of goal. Altitude strike blocked. Ball at the penalty spot. Rivers unable to clear Altitude with a strike. Just wide. All off of that long throw.
What an amazing fray there. I thought for sure Altitude would take advantage of that. I didn't believe the keeper. I thought he had it. I thought he had it until you see it spill loose a little bit. Happy for the scramble and to keep the score 1-0 for Rivers.
Challenging angle to see maybe for the keeper
It
coming
is
off the throw.
Challenging angle for guys that are doing play-by-play in color.
This is a Hio, number 10 in the midfield for Altitude. Doing a lot of work to help create the attack here for Altitude. Dealing with the interception.
Great read. Got to play faster.
Possession won by Rivers, but unable to do anything with it.
Whoa, referee.
Ooh, that is a challenging tackle.
Yeah, that's
Landing down hard. Deserved yellow card here for Altitude. He landed hard on DeSantos.
came in at a bit of an angle and wasn't really in a position to win the ball. I don't think that was all.
DeSantos or the
No,
Altitude player?
the
Yeah.
young number 16 from Altitude.
Altitude, yeah.
I don't know why I throw the term young. Everyone out in that field's young compared to me, so I guess it's not a necessity.
Just on the field or in the
Just on
stands
the
as
field,
well?
In the stands, probably the bulk of the people in this room were in. For those that can see,
Physio.
if you can see across the field at the tent that's across the sideline, folks, that'll give you an indication. The bend on that tent is from 2 games of wind. He looks okay going off the park, but
Physio will assess. Coach John Antelov will just hold off on making a decision until he knows more.
Yellow card caution given to number
DeSantos, tough kid,
15, Yigal.
able to play.
Injured player
Has
down.
done well for the whole game so far.
Elijah Del Santo.
He's been stable back there.
Very much
Center
so.
back, yeah. Risks nothing, wins everything.
And that's all you can ask for from a center back.
Bare minimum. Free kick here for Rivers. Into the top of the box. Cleared out by Altitude. Possession back to Rivers. A lot of back and forth going on at the moment.
A lot of clutching and grabbing, too, you can see from players.
Rivers FC with a throw. Just in
DeSantos
front of
back
their
on.
bench.
Back on the park now.
DeSantos is, yes. Nice little back heel by Altitude.
It's a good decision.
Possession up here on the left side. To their center back. Right back. A right mid. Striker. Chipped over the top for that right
That
wing.
might be offside, actually.
Little tussle. Ball out for a goal kick.
More players forward for Altitude there. They're seeming to get a little bit more of a grip on their own game to move the ball forward.
And this wind is tough to play against. It's for the quality that Rivers have shown. It's been a challenge for them to get sustained pressure and possession in the attacking third.
You know, I've mentioned it earlier in the last match of how wind is probably the most damaging to a game. Players can play in rain, they can play in snow and heat, but the wind has such an effect on the game.
The Santos going through the back
Yeah, it could
of 16.
be
Possibly
a
as a bit
little
of
payback,
retaliation.
you think?
Shrugging his shoulders. I'm innocent. It was unintentional.
I'm sure the explanation there is, well, why did I get a yellow card and how did this other player not get a yellow card? Referee's discretion. Mind you, the challenges were totally different.
Love him or hate him, referees. Whatever decision they make, half the field disagrees. Free kick here for Altitude. With this wind, it's not as far as it seems. Flicked in, little scramble. Well managed by Rivers. Well cleared. Good challenge. Physical play by Ryan Lewis.
A throw in for Rivers. That's pretty good.
Awarded to Rivers, yes. Altitude obviously disagreeing with that.
Bringing the fourth official into this. And someone's going to get a card out of the deal. A little bit of dissent for one of the players. For the Rivers player.
So foul against Rivers. This should result in a free kick.
Or was it after the fact?
These are situations where that fourth official is helpful. They're seeing
Very much
they're
so.
seeing what the referee can't see.
Yeah.
Helping manage the sidelines, helping temper everyone, and ensuring the fairest of games can be called.
The fairest of games.
The fairest of them all. It is what the referees do before games. They look in the mirrors. Long ball in by Altitude. Safely out for a Rivers goal kick.
It's good the referee's having a
referee-
word with both.
Settling them down. Settling them down. Making sure you can maintain control of this game.
It's interesting. It's just the two players. Control, I don't think, has been lost at all. Great ball. Again, a
Altitude clearance.
little bit more anticipation needed.
Good challenge by both. Clearance by Rivers.
Handball.
Mistimed header
Yeah.
onto the arm of Rivers FC number...
And vice versa. Handball the other way now.
Number 17. 17? 77? Is that 11? That's an 11.
Now, if there was no win, this... Oh, I guess, never mind. I didn't see the... Altitude was making a substitution and brought on a right back who I thought the space on that far side was wide open.
Altitude are dealing with the sun here.
These angled balls in particular are very
Yeah.
tough.
Dylan Hooper into the striker.
Altitude Altitude FC.
Cleared by Altitude.
Elias Jorge.
Into their striker.
In for Altitude FC, number 12, Kobe Monte.
Good pressure here by Rivers, just trying to kill the game a little bit. Not really letting Altitude have any build-up.
I think the free kicks may come into play if they keep it up, though. And putting themselves in a bit of positions they don't want to be in.
Altitude up on the right. Into Ahoya.
Well read.
Cleared by Rivers. Back to Altitude. To the center back. Out wide right to the wing. Altitude with possession in the attacking third. Surge in the box, well defended by Rivers. Possession here by Altitude. Rivers doing well to defend, but not able to just win possession and build it up.
It's funny, though. Altitude's had a couple of opportunities to take strikes from, let's say, 30 yards out, and probably should do so based on the wind. Like from here.
From here.
Yes.
There's the attempt. Well defended. Cleared. Throw in for Altitude. Near the corner post. We saw the long throw they had before. They've got the wind at their back now.
Looks like Rivers is going to be ready to make a few substitutions here in the next few minutes.
Nice long throw into the box. Clean header, just wide.
It's 1-1, right? 1-0. As I whisper into my microphone as it's on. Well, I hope those that are listening in are enjoying this. We're loaded with prime here, so
The hydration drink of champions. It doesn't say that.
what does it say?
Hydration drink.
There you go. I'm feeling very moist. Fully hydrated.
Throw in here for Altitude. Into the midfield.
Nice turn.
Quick turn by number 16. Just not connecting with his winger.
Again, that's players not having played with each other.
Seemingly.
I don't- yeah.
Seemingly, yeah.
Because that was a fantastic turn and a good opportunity for a run. Similar to the first half with Dylan Hooper. He hasn't seen much love here on the sideline.
There's been very little going on. Very little attacking play from Rivers FC.
Coming out of the game for Rivers FC, number 5, Elijah Dos Santos.
Elijah Dos Santos coming out of the game.
I think they made 2 there.
It looked
Coming
like
into
it.
the game for Elijah Dos Santos, number 15, Marcus Scott.
Marcus Scott coming into the game for Elijah Dos Santos.
Also coming into the game for Rivers FC, number 23, Aaron Christensen.
That's Aaron Christensen coming into defensive center mid.
He's getting a little choppy out there. Players deciding they want to welly balls away when they go off.
They want to welly them away. That is, for those who do not know, wellying the ball is swinging your foot at it as hard as you can.
And trying to put it anywhere you can.
Smashing the bladder out of the stitching.
Exactly. That long throw is so dangerous.
It is a definite advantage of Altitude FC. Any throw in that attacking third can be considered a corner kick or basically a free kick. Rivers regaining possession here. Ball in behind. Ryan Lewis working hard to press. Well faked out by the goalkeeper. Good composure there from the goalkeeper for Altitude.
A smart decision to clear it as opposed to trying one more move and getting himself into a lot of trouble. Now, this is where Rivers needs to have the composure to maintain possession in this third of the park.
Sharp touch, sharp play, keep the ball.
Good decision.
Ball out to the left back.
Again, it's just being a little bit more proactive and just better decision making. It's not been bad. It just, like you just
Can
said,
be
sharper.
better.
Yeah.
Altitude with the throw here. Nice long throw. Rivers under a little bit of pressure. Altitude really trying to work that attacking third. Rivers unable to keep possession. Altitude with the ball back to their goalkeeper. Rivers with the clearance. Out for an altitude throw. 20 minutes left in this half.
Another substitution.
For Rivers FC.
Substitutions coming into the game for Rivers FC. Leading the game, number 15, Marcus Scott. Coming into the game for Rivers FC, number 3, Minu Kang.
Substitution here. Marcus Scott out of the game. Minu Kang coming into the game. Rivers trying to take advantage of their bench in these last 20 minutes. Fresh legs. Well done by Rivers to get out of that. Good challenge by Dylan, winning the header. Possession here now settled by Rivers.
One touch too many.
Simple decisions. Now Rivers are caught transitioning and trying to absorb a counterattack. Lofted ball in. Managed by the goalkeeper quite confidently.
That's a tough ball to see for a keeper to catch as well. When it's coming
strikers
it's through
jumping up,
traffic and
yeah.
it gets over everybody's head. You don't know whether it's going to
Little
actually
touch,
drop or get
yeah.
a touch. Exactly. Very tough to react.
Long ball into the left wing.
Oi.
Free kick here for Rivers from that pressure from behind.
Another quality position for Rivers to try and take advantage of. Possession's great, but there's nothing wrong with laying a ball into the back post. That's another foul.
It's another foul. Free kick here for Rivers.
So now this one becomes more corner-like with a better hook on the ball towards the goal.
That
Back
wind seems
post.
to have died down now.
Yeah, you're right.
You can hopefully see some quality possession by both sides.
This could be a beneficial hit for Rivers FC.
Hang on, Kim.
They still have some big guys in the box here, even with the substitutions.
Hagon Kim striking that ball in low, driving it in.
You know, with that trajectory of the ball, the way it went, it was almost one of those ones you could duck out of the way. Again, catching a goalkeeper freezing, not knowing where that touch is going to be.
Great touch here by 9 for altitude. Just overhitting it down the wing.
Good save by the cameraman.
Goal kick for Rivers.
It's been a pretty balanced second half. Obviously, altitude had a bit of
A few scrambling moments in front of goal.
definitely in front of goal, and played very well. But it seems to have balanced itself back out now in this later part of the half, or middle part of the half.
Goal kick, out of play, throw into altitude, looking to play this quick. Arguments for a foul throw there, possibly.
Oh, that's
Nice
great
slotted
work.
through ball to Ryan Lewis here on the right side. Cutting in.
Oi! Touched by the
Ooh,
keeper.
Quality finish, quality effort, just slicing out wide.
That's a corner kick in my book. That keeper looked like he got his touch from the angle we were on.
Referee having a word with an altitude player.
Great work to move that ball forward, and Rivers FC able to get a strike at the goal.
Altitude making a few subs. Looks like a new front line. Three new players on in striking positions.
We'll see how much pace they have. They look like smaller players, but they could be crafty and quick.
Crafty and quick. It's a strong ball in from the goalkeeper, not won by altitude. There is a distinct size difference here between the front line of altitude and the back line of Rivers, who have shifted to a back four.
Oh, it's going to
Lofted
hold.
ball in, that's going to hold. Ryan's got the touch. He's going to have a strike. Well blocked by altitude, but the deflection in Rivers' favor.
Deflection.
Shot wide.
It fell definitely really well for the wide player from Rivers FC and just couldn't get a finish on it. Keeper did well to hold his ground and
It's great attacking play.
Yeah, maintain a good line for the save.
Corner kick here for Rivers.
This Rivers FC corner kick is brought to you by our premium level sponsor, Westside Dental Center. Westside Dental Center. Rivers FC corner kick.
You know, hearing that sponsor, I could really use a bit of dental work myself.
Corner whipped in, cleared out by altitude. Rivers working hard to win it back.
Oh, here
Nice
we go.
nice through ball into the left side. Cut back. Just not enough quality on that cut back. Altitude coming out with possession again. Rivers having to track back. Long ball into the left side. No chance to win that in the air against Aaron Christensen.
Good tackle. Yeah, you know, you stay on your feet in that scenario, you're better off making that attempt to try and win the tackle standing up than going to ground. Now we're in a situation here where we're, you know, what are we? We're 15.
25?
Yeah, 25 yards out. I was going to say 15 meters from the 18-yard box, but why don't we just call it 25 out?
Nice. See those thick white lines? Those are 5-yard markers.
Thanks for helping me out with that.
You're
one,
7 yards from the top of the 18.
I was struggling with that actually.
Numbers and counting.
Numbers and counting, seeing those lines and going, I wonder how far those are apart. No, this is a real dangerous spot though, especially with the wind. If they get a good whip on the ball, or as you like to say, whip on the ball.
Whip. No wind here though at the moment.
No.
Free kick. Being taken by Ambrose Tidman.
Still a dangerous position to be in.
Yes. I don't know why they want to mess it up. Having that other player in there for me, I know you're trying to throw the other team off, but.
Is he going to peel off? They were hoping the wall would jump.
Yeah.
Shot it low. Well blocked by Rivers. The wall did their job, and they challenged again.
Good. They can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief and get themselves reorganized to head back up the park.
Free kick that was defended very well. That was textbook. If there was a textbook on.
You know, if you open that page 99, maybe that's
99? Oh, there is a textbook.
could be a textbook.
Page 99. Thrown here for altitude. We know they can be threatening with the long ones.
Especially
Looks like
this
they're
long
winding up
throw,
for this
yes.
one. Rivers dropping back to the penalty spot. Wow. Into that space. Won by Aaron Christensen in the air, but not cleared. First time strike by
That's-
Altitude from a clearance.
That's when you've got
Excellent
wind.
strike.
Yeah, fantastic strike.
Excellent save by the goalkeeper.
Fantastic. The long throw as well. Probably a little bit more dangerous if he tries to launch it in a little more level instead of lofting it as much. Obviously, Rivers having the advantage with height.
Corner kick now here for Altitude. Whipped in. Just missed on the header. Swinging out wide. This is likely an Altitude throw. It is. Altitude sustaining some pressure here over the last few moments of the game.
With approximately 10 minutes to go, it's
Another long throw. We know these can be deadly. Cleared out by Rivers.
Oh, again,
Top of the box.
That's where that volley needs to happen from distance.
Out wide for right. Whipped in. Whipped
Oi,
in
oi.
by Altitude.
Wow, well
Little
saved.
rebound. Saved by Swiatek.
He's had a good match today.
Indeed he has. Strong punt from the goalkeeper.
It was a fantastic turn, but he lost the ball, unfortunately.
Cleared out by Altitude. Thrown to Rivers, who are going to make another sub here.
It's 5v2 right now in the front of that. Oh, maybe 5v4. 4v2.
Robert Woodruff Brown coming out of the
Coming
game.
out of the game, number 11, Robert Woodruff Brown. Coming into the game for your Rivers FC, number 21, Dejan Vujovic.
Dejan Vujovic coming into the game. Altitude with a throw here now.
Playing with a little more earnest, too.
Long throw in, comfortably cleared by Aaron Christensen. Rivers with a slow counter. Ball out of play for a Rivers throw.
So as much as you don't want to get caught out in the back, you still need to try and have some anchor in the midfield to be able to get you forward as well. And I'm finding the spread between the front two starting to grow for Rivers, and that spread in between is what's going to give them
Tends to
a
happen in those
difficult
later
time.
stages
Yeah.
when the team doesn't have the fitness to continue on. But with the subs that they've made, you'd think they'd be being able to keep that connection there a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Here we go.
Rivers with a
Oi.
quick press, unable to slot that through for Ryan Lewis. Referee in the way, calling the play down. Drop ball to Altitude. Altitude out here on the left. Back to the center back. Out to the right side. A little chip over. Comfortably handled by Rivers.
Rivers' back's doing a good job of maintaining communication and keeping their shape.
They do seem quite organized.
Here we go with the long gun again.
Chick, chick. Boom.
That's a popcorn, isn't it?
Rivers are ready for that now. That's not the advantage it was.
No.
Altitude just running out of ideas. Dylan
Right idea.
Hooper without a run this half so far.
He called for that one. It was just a mishit ball by the keeper.
Ball cleared up a bit too far for Rivers. Easy possession with Altitude. Playing up on the right side of the park. Connecting well. Over the top. Easily handled by Rivers' goalkeeper. 7 or so minutes left in the game.
Good decision to hold off on that pass. Keeper was looking to play it wide. Altitude was sneaking in there.
Rivers with possession on the left side of the park. Coming forward, just
Oh, keeper, hold your ground. Oh, referee. That's outside of the box, though.
Ryan
I don't
Lewis
think that was
chasing down,
inside.
clipped. Both players going down. Ryan Lewis is a threat there with his pace.
This is a dangerous ball to be played in, too. It's like, because it's so close to the 18-yard box, do you go for a strike? Or do you try and just sort of clip one into the back post or middle post?
Yellow card given to Altitude FC number 4 for his tackle against Ryan Lewis. Ali Azarminu.
Imagine if his last name was Oop.
Azarminu Oop. Oh,
Ali
Ali
Oop.
Oop. Imagine. Imagine.
Now these guys are going to have to back off, which is going to clear some space for this player on the ball to see more of the goal. Or do you think he might slide it to the top for the player to take another strike?
I think he's going to try to curl this in, driven low.
Over the wall or under the wall?
If you come to the far side, and that yellow card now given to
Altitude?
Altitude
There must be some dissent going on.
is wearing jewelry.
Ah.
Player has jewelry on. Referee yellow carded him, sent him off.
That means they play down a man until he
play down a man until he's
lets
waved
him
onto the
back on.
field. Yep.
Altitude FC yellow card caution. Giving number 26.
Yellow card to Rivers FC.
Same idea.
Same
it's jewelry as
thing.
well. Wow, this is coming pretty late in the game for this type of call. Well, it balances out the two
Numbers
teams.
numbers are balanced. I'd be looking for a lofted ball to the far post here, so the keeper's now having to look into the sun.
Yeah, that might be a good shout because as soon as he pivots,
That sun's in his eyes.
but it's also good for a direct shot too. So
Altitude FC yellow card caution. Gives to number 17, Will Kane.
Wall blocked by the wall.
Wall did its job.
Came out to Rivers for a strike on goal. Off the goal line, no touch, goal kick, Altitude. That was 4 minutes of the game. Not a position Altitude wants to be in at this time.
No.
3 minutes left in regulation. We'll hear the time added on in a moment. Altitude with possession around their back. Up here on the left side.
Oh, well, one by
Dylan
Dylan.
Hooper intercepting the ball.
Man
coming
coming.
back on a counterattack. Playing then at not Hagon.
He's in. Oi.
Oh, that's a tackle. That's a poor tackle.
That's a foul.
That's definitely a foul. Clipped from behind.
I don't know if that's a necessity.
Maybe.
You've won the ball, or you're at least fighting for the ball. I know you're trying to slow the play down maybe a little bit, but
Frustration from being challenged, not
Yeah,
called, coming
yeah.
in players. Even at this level, players are losing some of that cool. But drawing the foul kills the clock a little bit.
at the end of the day, the referee will add the time on. So, I mean, I think
It's not the best of strategies in
No.
that case. Throw in here for Altitude. Held up well by 26, but resulting in a throw in for Rivers. Altitude with possession. Free kick.
again, we're starting to get into dangerous territory here with these free kicks and with a team that's trying to press and, you know, the resilience of FC.
Early
Oilers,
shot.
early strike. What a save.
Well saved by the goalkeeper. Good presence of mind for the altitude player.
And he's kept it in play.
This ball's going to get whipped in. Cleared by Rivers FC.
Saved by Rivers FC goalkeeper Svitek Artemenko.
That long throw into the box. Rivers comfortably handling that now. Scrappy battle here by both sides. Foul against altitude. Free kick to Rivers. They will take their time.
Of course they will. Again, take their time. Play into a space where we outnumber them, preferably on the side where Dylan Hooper is, simply because it's 3v1 at the moment if they decide to maintain possession outside here.
Possibly hold it up in the corner.
Yeah.
Dangerous angle, too, with the sun of the keeper's eyes.
That's a great
That's over
ball.
the top. Well done. That's going to be a Rivers throw.
And smart
Patient
play by
play
Dylan,
from Dylan Hooper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smart of him to step out of the way and allow that to go out for a Rivers throw.
I'm stepping in your color.
That's okay. You can shade me as much as you want.
Thrown again for Rivers.
The fourth official has indicated there will be 4 minutes.
4 minutes of time added on here as Rivers try to keep this ball in the corner. Corner kick awarded.
It's so tough to see from this angle. It looked more like a goal kick to me, but
That orange line is tough to read.
it's so tough to
It's
read.
tough to read with that white.
This Rivers FC corner kick is brought to you by our bronze
They're going to play
sponsor,
short.
Grant Thornton
They're going to keep it in the corner. Chew up a bit of time. Possibly.
Sponsors.
Although you can see the keeper struggling
Yeah.
with the vision of the sun in
But
his
you
eyes.
play it long. They counter quick.
Yeah, very true.
What is this? Yellow card.
Time
to
wasting.
Rivers. Oh, there we go.
There we
That
go.
snuck through. No, they're calling a foul here. Calling a throw-in.
Interesting.
Throw into Rivers. Altitude obviously not happy with that. Rivers throw here in the corner.
Be nice to see Rivers have somebody with a big cannon of a throw.
Oh, foul
There's a
there.
foul.
Just a lack of composure from altitude.
And it's, just the guys just need to leave it alone, let it be, and get on with the game. They've
They're
got
killing
the
their own
win.
time here.
Yeah.
Killing their own time. Rivers will take this all day.
Altitude FC yellow card costing to number 3, Wiz Chabula.
Corner kick for Rivers. They're playing this very, very well.
Yeah, this has been
Playing this very, very well.
This game management at the end has been so smart.
Goal kick. They're gonna press.
Lots of Rivers back to deal with this.
Long ball in. Cleared back up. Altitude with possession. Really looking to push forward. Needing to get forward. Needing to push. But they might rush. Can Rivers absorb this pressure?
There's a foul.
Choppy tackle. Yellow card.
Yellow card. Is it his second, though? He's reaching for something else, I think. Maybe not. It must have been his first.
Altitude going to drive this in.
This is a push.
Keeper's pushing
Yeah,
up.
I was going to say, this is one where you might throw the keeper forward from a time perspective. Can't be much left in that 4 minutes.
Up he comes.
And I'm sure there'll be some time added for this instance here where the player's down. Maybe another 30 seconds or so. 30 seconds is a long time in this game,
It
especially
can
when you have
be.
the free kick.
It can be. You can have 2 attacks on either side in 30 seconds.
Very much so.
Tristan Jumo.
That is Kevin Brecken on the field, physiotherapist, checking in on the altitude player who will likely have to leave the field and be waved back on.
A big fan of Cherry Coke, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
There you go. I had my first spiced Coca-Cola.
And
yesterday.
your thoughts on
It's
the raspberry
interesting.
spiced? It's
Was it raspberry spiced?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
a
it was
little
just spiced.
No, there's a raspberry hint to it as well.
Oh, there we go.
Being the connoisseur of fine Coca-Colas, I'm afraid. Let's see what Altitude can do with this free kick.
They have pushed their keeper up, but they do have a player off the park with injury. Lofted ball in over top.
That's a great ball.
First
in.
touch by Altitude. Struck
Oy.
wide. Right
And
for
that
somebody to
is
slide in
time,
and
right
take
at
ball.
the end of time. Well done by Rivers to hold out.
Rivers FC undefeated on the day. 2-2 draw with the women. 1-0 win for the men.
Yeah, fantastic to see. I hope everyone out there has enjoyed these 2 matches and will be with us again. It's a fun way to spend your afternoon if you get the opportunity to. If you get the opportunity to come down to the stadium and watch it live, that'd be
Watch it
fantastic
live,
as
yeah.
well, eh?
This is Kieran McMahon and
And Darren Wallishin
signing out.
signing out. We'll talk to you again the next time. See ya.
Toodaloo.